Good evening to each one of you. Special thanks to my dear friend Shabir. I understand that Shabir, you are taking a good effort in making sure that the students, not just yours, not just people who are in Kannur, across India, maybe across world, are getting benefit out of this streaming. Thank you so much for that. Institute is indebted to you for that. For other students, for other people, I understand right now about 28 of them. I really understand what is going on in your mind. Before that, let me just give you a brief introduction about our institute, because it is extremely important that you should know how our institute functions. Okay, our institute is headquartered at Calcutta, and we have a body called Council. We call it Central Council also. So Central Council and our institute is under the guidance of Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Why I'm saying this basic things is I'm sure you know all these things. But then when you bring up certain things, you need to do it in the most professional way. And that is the difference between a cost accountant and others. Okay. Therefore, our institute is headquartered at Calcutta, and we are regulated by Ministry of Corporate Affairs. And we have a body called Council, Central Council, and there are members, about 15 of them, and government nominees. And 16 of them and government nominees, and I think it is 15. All put together, these people, the council members, are the body who decides the policy of the institute, and they have got clear mandate to what should be done regarding institute, regarding examination, regarding MOUs and all those things. And there are two bodies below that, which is one is regional council and other is chapters and recognized oral coaching centers. So regional council, we have got 4 in the country, and chapters about 94 or 100 plus now. And for those places where we don't have ROCCs or support centers, CMS support centers, we do have, where we don't have chapters, we have ROCCs and support centers. So APS is one of that. My question is, friends, we never thought what is going to happen. Had we met in sometime in January, we never would have, ever imagined that we will talk like this. So the fact is, it is so unexpected. So there is a concept called black swan. Black swan is nothing but expect the unexpected in the world. What do you mean by that? See, I'll give you an example. When we say about swan, we think about a white bird swimming, graciously in a pond or a stream of water. We have that in our mind. So we expect that whenever we hear the word swan, we expect that to happen. But then, friends, there are a lot of black swans in the world. Black swans meaning swans which is absolutely black in color, and which is seen in abundance in Australia. So for us, when we think about swan, we think about a white bird. But then when you go to Canberra, Australia, you can see a lot of black swans. Please Google it. You will get to know what is black swan. The intent of putting that to you is always expect the unexpected. We are living in this era where you cannot afford to say that tomorrow it will be like this, day after tomorrow it is going to be like that. No, absolutely no. So accept the reality that we are going to a fast-paced world now. And it is not the strongest, what did Charles Darwin say? Charles Darwin said it is not the strongest of the species who will survive. It is not the strongest. It is the person or a species which is adaptable to change will survive. Which is adaptable to change. So the common thread is change. For example, in order Ajin Sunny. Okay, fine. All right. So therefore, take that from your mind, that things are going to be static. No, things are going to change. Things are always bound to change. Nothing is going to be permanent. I'll quote a small. I'll explain a small example. Then I'll come to a particular thing. Then we will take on. When I was working, um, mm, no, I was doing chartered accountancy those days. So when I was doing chartered accountancy, I was doing cost accountancy also. So we used to have this management accountant journal. So in that management accounting journal, there were a lot of ratios. So every time I get this management accountant journal, I grab it and try to put that in some of the audit works which we come across. So essentially, that particular volume of that particular issue had some operational efficiency ratios. Operational efficiency. And I have applied that in the financial figures of a particular company. That particular company is a, Birla group owned company. So suddenly, whatever they have reported to the higher ups will be proven wrong when you apply this particular ratio. The ratio, which is hardcore, which is normally not used, but then when you look at the internal efficiency, operational efficiency of an organization, this particular thing can be utilized. Therefore, I have put that in my internal audit report. It reaches the finance manager. And finance manager immediately calls me to his cabin. He said, no, this report cannot be sent to the head office, and there's going to be a problem. So I was like you. I mean, not much exposure, just a young guy of 2022. For me, everything is like a information. I don't have that filter in my mind. So I said, sir, please go ahead. You may discuss with the chartered accountant. If he's okay, we can always edit that. So I never understood the impact it is going to have in the group as such. So basically what happened was, there was MIS. I'm sure you know the expansion of MIS, Management Information System. So every month they send a MIS to the head office. That MIS will be proven wrong if I take this, give this internal audit report, which contains these critical ratios. I was moved out to some other audit, and it happens in a student's life. Then after some time, I met this gentleman, the finance manager. I met this gentleman while I was attending a marriage. So I was just asking him, sir, how did you manage that? So he said, oh, you still remember that number? I said, yeah, I remember, because I had I have put in a lot of effort to get that things from the information from your system and to put that into place. He said, no, we have discussed that with the chartered accountant. He understood our position. So that particular point was taken out. That particular point was taken out from the report, and it was given and finalized. I was okay with that, because end of the day, it is a decision between the chartered internal auditor. If he is not willing to keep that in his report, it is not my headache, because I was just doing my duty. If the company do not want that to be reported, fine, it's internal thing. It is maybe a compromise. I don't know. I just left it like that. But then he has given me a good learning. That finance manager then told me, Shankar, there is something like. No, I was so excited to speak to him. I just said, sir, but being in a manager position, it's a hard game. So how you manage all those things? By that time, I got into a job. So, too much of pressure, since I was not married those days. Every damn thing was put on my head, and it was learning for me. I only gained. So I asked him, sir, how you manage? Now I understand my pressure. So how do you manage? Those times he became head, I'm a director of finance or something. So he said, Shankar, don't worry. Now hear me carefully. What he said was, no figures are permanent. Is it no figures are permanent? Next sentence was, all the figures are bound to change. No figures are permanent. All the figures are bound to change. Friend, this is what exactly I want to tell you. You need not get unnecessarily anxious about what is going to happen in examinations. I really, really don't know. In fact, I passed the independent director's examination recently through this online mode. See, believe me, I urge you, I strongly urge you to believe me that if you have studied, if you have done a reasonably good work, whether it is manual, whether it's typing, whether it's written, you are going to pass. See, please look at things in the most scientific and commonsensical way. Scientific item. We should always think about a problem in the most scientific way. Crack the problem in the most scientific way. Because scientific way is the way which is the least expensive and most efficient way of solving a problem. You take anything. You take anything in your life. Starting with entering into your house. You can jump the common wall and you can drop down, or you can drop down from the terrace. Anything way. Any way you can enter your home. But why you take the gates, open the door, knock the door, calling bell? Why? Because that's the most scientific way. That's the reason for door was built there. So therefore, my request to you is, when you have a problem, you have two choices. The first choice is to take it emotionally. The other thing is to take it professionally. And I strongly urge you to take it professionally. Why? Because you are chasing a professional course. You are going to pass this examination, intermediate or final, if you fall in love with books. Maybe maximum 6 months or 12 months for finals, or intermediate maximum 1 year or 1.5 years. You are going to pass. They are not going to ask you rocket science questions. They are going to ask you only from the study material or from some textbooks. They cannot afford to ask. Even if they ask, they are going to ask only about 5 marks out of the syllabus. I'm sure they will not ask anything out of the syllabus. So question is, the moment you pass the examination, you take up a job, then you will understand the beauty of discipline, which you have conducted yourself, which you followed yourself while you're writing an examination. Believe me, in CA or CMA or cost company secretaries, our students are approaching the examination in the most disciplined way. If a student who has not approached in this disciplined way, he may pass in one group, or maybe if he's extremely lucky, he might pass 2 groups. But believe me, I'm yet to see a student who have qualified all these 3 things without being disciplined. Discipline, regularity, and belief, self-belief. Discipline, regularity, and self-belief are the 3 ingredients for a successful person. It's not the online examination or written examination. No. Discipline, regularity, and the self-belief. I really don't know why people opt out. If you have really, because your job is only to study. I can understand if I opt out, because I've got multiple things to do. I don't have time to do all those things. We have to give priority to something else. We have to run family. We have to pay salary. Therefore, priority changes when you go up. At this point of time, your priority is just to study and to write examination. What did Mahendra Singh Dhoni say? Mahendra Singh Dhoni said, we need to have a process in place. That process was not working in IPL 2020. So if you have not put a process for qualifying the examination, meaning studies, daily studies, writing up answers, then your process, there is a failure in the process. If you have not started now, still it is absolutely okay. You start from tomorrow. Now we understand that a circular says it is going to be an online examination, and it will be multiple choice and a written combination of that. What are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? You are a professional. If you don't have a computer in your home, just go ask somebody. Take it for 30 days, 35 days. Start typing. You take a paper, you take a subject, whatever little thing you try punching it. You might take 10 minutes more. Beat. Open a Word document. Open a Word document. Start typing. Contract is an act, an agreement enforceable by law. As simple. Don't say you will not get a computer or you can, take for 1 month. Don't say like that. Or share with somebody. Or go to somebody's place. If they cannot give it, you go there and train. That is the aggression you need to do. You should be aggressive professionally. That's what I'm trying to convey. Now, I'll come back to that. Before that, let me tell you what is the requirement of the job skills, which is when you look at future. World Economic Forum has come up with a list of quality skills which is required by an incumbent, by a job seeker. I'll just take you through that. Please be online. All of you can see this? Can all of you see this? Fasi Muhammad, can you see this?
Yes, sir.
All right. So this is the top 10 skills which is required in the year by 2025. It's not given by Shankar Panikkar. It is given by World Economic Forum. Analytical thinking and innovation. Analytical thinking and innovation. So what is analytic thinking? You are just hearing whatever I'm saying now. You analyze the pros and cons. And if there is some difficulty, try to innovate some idea. Now I've given you 2 ideas. If you're not able to own a computer, just get it for 30 days, 35 days. More than enough. You guys are in an electronic age. You're using mobile. Your left brain will work in such a that you'll be creative. You will understand how to just adapt with the technology. Believe me, you will be able to do that. You're in 2020, not in 1995. Analytical thinking and innovation, innovative thinking. So people who are not innovative, those who want to get job with whatever they have learned in 1995, you're not going to get the job. You're not going to get a job. Very clear. Second is active learning and learning strategies. So, friends, there is something called active learning. There are passive learning also. So there is something like training, on-the-job training, all those things coupled together with. So the learning strategies are changing now. We never thought that you're going to learn hearing somebody across miles, far off. You're hearing somebody talking from Delhi, talking from United States. You're learning that. So strategy changes. Complex problem solving. So it is not a simple problem. It is complex. So how do you solve problem which is complex? That is adaptability, thinking. You are bringing in technology. You're going to use Microsoft Excel. Believe me, a day will come when you will be given Microsoft Excel as a tool to help you to write exams. I don't know whether you know. I'm sure you know. IIMs, Narsi Munji Institute of Management, NMIMS. One of my neighbor is studying there. He says one paper is on Excel. And in right now, I am an insolvency professional. And there is something called valuation also. For valuation examination, you will be given an Excel sheet, Excel. You can work on that. So friends, complexity comes. Complexity is going to be the order. And for solving the complex situation, you need to have, the capacity to solve it. How? With your intellect, with your experience and technology. Critical thinking and analysis. Critical thinking. Now, let's talk about examinations through online. What is the critical thinking? You understand what are the critical aspects, why this is going to happen like this, what are the global standards, why Indian 3 institutes are staying back. Don't resist change. It is going to that way. And believe me, once you have a taste of it, you will stop going to a manual. I'll tell you, I appear before the Honorable National Company Law Tribunal and at occasions with High Court of Kerala. See, now we don't go to high courts. We don't go to courts anymore. We are having, admission happens, and in NCLT, National Company Law Tribunals, everything happens online. At the comfort of my office, I can in-depth study and give my presentation online. And today, the High Court of Gujarat has online streamed the proceedings. So now an advocate cannot say, no, we need to go and physically argue before you. No. Court said, no, nothing needed. What is that? It is in Zoom only. It is going to be in YouTube channel. So entire world is going to see you. So everyone will be prepared. So that is critical thing. And creativity. Creativity. What is creativity? Originality and initiative. No, you need to see, gone are the days where you feel that, okay, bindas, everything is solved. Now I just want to, just simple, life is going to be the same. No, it is not going to be the same. Creative. You have to find a solution which is more creative. I laud Shabir for thinking about this creative thing. Understand that a lot of students are in a confused state of mind. So his creative mind, immediately he called Sri Padmanabhan, and from the mouth of the council member, you had a basic understanding. Since it is, Sri Padmanabhan definitely has certain restrictions when he speaks on YouTube. He cannot, say with full thing, even though he knows a lot of things. He cannot say like that. But look at the way, a creative way of doing things, originality and initiative. Friends, these are all things which is going to take you to the next level. You have to take initiative. You have to take initiative. You have to have that original thinking. What do you mean by original thinking? Original thinking is a way of thought which is not linked to anything else. Of course, that can be triggered, but the original thinking will take you to the next level. Original thinking will be more rewarded. Original thinking will be most satisfying. Okay, leadership and social influence. I am not going to dwell on that, because people want, people really look forward for taking out leaders. Look at what is happening to HDFC Bank. Today, Mr. Puri is retiring after 26 years. He says, what is the biggest quality which you have? He says, I'm a good team builder. So into 2025, these are all things which you are going to look. Social influence. Friends, beyond a limit, your wallet or your bank balance will not have any significance. Believe me. If you cross the age of 50 or 55, you will not have the enthusiasm to eat well. You will not eat more than 3 spoons of fried rice. You will not be able to have, because by that time you will be tired. You will not feel like eating. So this age you will eat three plates of biryani in one stretch. But at that age you will not be able to eat. So end of the day, you have to understand that the priority changes. So you have to have how you'll be looked at as to how you have influenced the society. By 2025, things will go like that. All right. Technology use, monitoring and control. You are not going to send written reports on scanned image. No, it's going to be online. Technology. I'll tell you a classic case which has happened in today morning by around 11:30. I was sitting with a doctor, and the doctor asked me. I was with my wife. So doctor asked me, where do you stay? So doctor was there. Another junior doctor was also there. I said, Veekshanam Road. I stay in Cochin. There's a place called Kacheripudi, and there's a road called Veekshanam Road, which is very near to Kacheripudi. So I said, I stay in Veekshanam Road. So immediately the junior doctor's mobile, Veekshanam Road is near. Look at the way. The Google has picked up my voice and started saying the place. That is technology. So monitoring and control. I was in Chennai 2 weeks back. And the moment I reached it, wherever I have gone to Chennai, this guy gave me. You have been tracked. You're absolutely fine. But if it is wrongly used, it is going to have a hell lot of trouble. Technology design and programming. Technology design and programming. Onslaught of technology has reduced your workload, but then it has actually increased the expectation of the consumer. Friends, when you are going to become a professional, urban and semi-urban, no, not urban, semi-urban and rural areas is going to get more focus from the government. No more, metropolitan and other things. Metropolitan will be a place where people will be living in huge numbers and decisions will be taken there. But activity will come here and money will come here. People will start, moving from rural, head office, from the corporate, from the metropolitan to the semi-urban or rural. For example, in Cochin, the place I live, which is very, very, very near to MG Road, there is no place to buy. There is not even a cent to buy. So naturally, people will go buy in places in Kakanad and other places, or little bit of above, so that there is metro. Within 10 minutes, you can reach there in metro. So this is going to be like that. So basically, you have to understand that all those things, that there will be a change in the scenario. Resilience, stress tolerance, and flexibility. Resilience. Resilience. Stress tolerance. Look at the way you are, managing the stress now. Examination, COVID. Will it be extended? Will it be online? Will it be offline? Now, all these things are going to be high going forward. At that time, believe me, please note this day, October 26th, night 7:24, we are talking about a situation where you are going to face more stress in the job front. You will be employed somewhere and your boss will be asking you to do something else. And with the help of technology, you want to perform. You want to show your caliber. And you are going to perform. And you will do it also. So that is going to be the world. Reasoning, problem solving, and ideation. It will be people will look at those who have got reasoning and problem solving and ideation, ideas. So friends, now looking at this, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Will writing of an examination in online mode or an offline mode will make any difference? Absolutely no. Believe me, whenever a decision is taken at the council level, they will look into at all angles, not just one, every angle. And believe me, you probably would have thought at only one or two problems, which is specific to you. Whereas those decision makers will have at least 150 problems to be solved. Whatever problems you have is absolutely manageable at your end, and those at the higher end will be much, much more. So what are you supposed to do? You have to have processes in place. If you don't have, if you have not laid down any processes as of now, please do it immediately. I'm sure most of you have reasonably done some studies, because I've been following Kannur, Shabeer's team. He has been sort of reminding you to focus on studies, reminding you to be, in spite of all these IPL and all those days. I mean, from April or from March onwards, he was saying. So I've been following them, and I understand that you've been guided by those. You have been mentored that no, don't get relaxed with the COVID or any other things. Let me take you to the recent NET results, or the Union Public Service Commission results. Everyone has leveraged or utilized the time for Corona. They said, thank God Corona has come. We could study more. I don't know why our students or chartered accountant students or company secretary students are above all these things. I really don't know. Those guys says, those who got 7 out of 720, about 10 or 15 got 720 full. They say, I didn't go out, I sat and studied. Thankfully, we got the job. Thankfully, got it. In spite of getting reminders from teachers, mentors, if you have not followed, that means you have to put your processes back in place. You need not, reinvent the wheel, friends. You please don't reinvent the wheel at this point of time. You have actually reached about 60 to 65%. Now put the things in place. You have to be very disciplined. If you feel that your language is an issue, please don't worry. Please don't worry. Those who have got computer, start typing the answers. You never know if whether it will be manual or online. You might require 1 hour more. Please don't, hesitate to spend 1 hour more. If you're spending 12 hours study a day, I would request you to study for 14 hours. For those who do not have computers, or those who are not this thing, please go seek somebody's help. When your intention is correct, the universe will conspire. That's what Paul Coelho said. An alchemist. When your intention comes from your heart, the entire universe will conspire to help you. Nobody will say, no, I will not help you because you are going to do good in life. I'm not going to help you. Nobody's going to do like that. Basically, what I'm essentially conveying is you are against your own achieving your goal. Nobody else. Nobody else. Therefore, please don't worry about things which you don't have control, friends. You don't have control about the way examination is going to be held coming December. It is not in your hands. But what is in your hands? What is in your hands? Your hands is stay disciplined, stay regular. I don't want you to take this as the, if I don't pass this examination, I'm going to die. No. Examination will always come again. You give it your best ever shot. That is the only thing I'm asking from you. Be honest to your conscience. Give the best shot in your life. And forget about the results. Please forget about the results. You have to be 100% sincere to your conscience. That is more important than every damn thing in this world. You can fool me, you can fool Shabeer, you can fool your parents, you can fool your friends, you can fool anybody. But please don't fool your conscience. I was keeping silent all this while. When I get to read all these things in Twitters and all, those people who are staying against or saying, blocking the, self-growth, blocking the self-belief, I don't know what should be told to them. From today onwards, understand that 2025, these are the things which is, I will forward that to Shabir. You may please forward to all the students, because that is what people will look at them. Don't, if you have those qualities, that is 80% of that qualities, you are bound to get job. So what you are supposed to do now? Now it's 7:31. What are you supposed to do now? You stay calm. Rule number 1, stay calm. Be disciplined. 1.5 months is more than sufficient. I know the capability of the youngsters now. I don't bluff. You guys are so powerful, I'm telling you. Your faculties are far, far better than us. So you guys can do that. So stay calm, be disciplined, stay calm, be disciplined, and be regular. Be regular. If you can punch WhatsApp, if you can punch forward, trolls, you can might as well do it in the computer. But please don't hesitate to practice. I request you to practice at least half an hour a day, because you have read it in the institute website that it's going to be online. And if you are not going to practice, then you are not professional. Then you are not professional. You know there is a change in the mode of examination. Then you have to at least catch hold of a thing, and you start typing. Open. Those who have got computers at home, open. Those who don't have computers at home, you please extend your close friend to come and study. You please extend to those people who do not have computer in the home to come with you and start tapping the keyboard. Please do that. Computer is no more a luxury. For those people who don't have computers at home, please convey to your parents that there is going to be a change in that. Please, may I have a small computer at home. A computer, 25,000 rupees is more than enough. It is essentially talking about 2,000 rupees per month for coming 1 year. You say, I will pay back once I get into intermediate. You say, Acha, those who are in Malayalam, I don't know whether there are other people from other places. You say, Acha, എനിക്കൊരെണ്ണം മേടിച്ചു തരൂ, അല്ല ഉപ്പ എനിക്ക് മേടിച്ചു തരൂ, ഞാൻ ജോലി ചെയ്തത് ഞാൻ തിരിച്ചടച്ചോളാം. That will give you the courage to work. Friends, we have done more challenges. Look at the person who is, that yellow t-shirt, a person who is in Kannur. He is never in Cochin. He is never in Chennai. He has the guts to take up teaching. He has the guts to come to you in YouTube. Average person, average communication, everything average, but extraordinary good attitude. I'm not going to here to say great about Shabir. No, you have a live example. If you don't imbibe good things from live examples before you, then who else other than you should be blamed? Therefore, what I understand is there are genuine certain issues with people online. There is a solution hidden, but people are not thinking about the solution. Accept the reality. Common sense will prevail. Assuming a fire breaks out at your home at this point of time, even if President Kovind comes and speaks, you will switch off and you will run. That is the common sense. So please follow common sense. If you have a problem, don't crib over the problem, try to solve it. And that is going to be the requirement for 2025, written by World Economic Forum. So this you may see as a launch pad, as a training to be equipped to face the post-COVID requirements of a job seeker. I don't know whether I've confused you, but one thing I'm telling you, you guys are far better than what we were when at your age. Actually, your analytical thinking is so good. We were not such analytically thinking people. We always thought emotionally. We always tried to find some excuse. Please don't fall into that trap. During those days, We used to find excuse with something, and some of our friends never found out any excuses. They've worked hard. Now they are in high position. Not just money part also. They're contributing to society. So therefore, let us not confuse. Let us keep it very simple. Be calm. Be calm. Do your process right. What is the process? Discipline. Discipline in studies. Regularity in studies. Practice is a part of it. Online is going to be the order of the day. Then start typing it. Instead of writing, you tap. What is according to section 2? Contract means enforceable by law. Agreement enforceable by law. Write that. I don't know other subjects much. Financial management, break even. Break even is the point at which there will not be the profit or the cost is equal to the sales. When you cover the variable cost, you get contribution. When the contribution increases the fixed cover, then the rest of it is profit. Type. Please do typing. When you have a problem, try to solve it. Don't come with excuses. I leave you with that. And now I am keeping this thing open, discussion wide open. Shabir, sir, if you have any specific question, I'm game.
Just wait, sir. I have a lot of queries, but if time permits, I want to ask one question.
Please.
Then what are the positive things, based on your opinion, for this particular online exam, especially because CA Institute or CS Institute will not consider for the online examination right now. But CMA, first time in the history, Indian history, start with a online exam. What is your point of view related to this change?
First point is, when you write the examination in a written way and you take up a job where there is not going to be a written, believe me, friends, your writing in your office will be restricted only to putting tick or put some signature. You are not going to write prose in the examination, in the practical life. Okay? If at all you are going for a training, you are not going to write notes like that. You will be given computer, you have to write. So this online examination will be a training pad or training setup for you to mentally equip yourself. Meaning, a chartered accountant student who is not going to write examination in online as of November. We don't know about May. As of November, he's not going to write examination. But understand, if he's doing CA articleship, his office will have computer. Gone are the days when we were doing chartered accounting, we were looking at books and reading and all those things. Gone are the days. So the advantage of taking manual thing is, it is like a online system. You are just wedding to the new culture. Already culture, but then a new culture of writing examination. You look at, I'm an insolvency professional, online examination. There was negative mark also. In that question, there was a big problems. Basically a case study. In that case study, there will be 4 different sets of questions. For example, question number 80. That 80 will have 3 subsections. Each subsections will be multiple questions, multiple choice questions. So that is going to be the order of the day. So I understood, I just forgot whatever happening in that office, in that particular cabin. I will focus only on the case study. So that is exactly what is happening in the when you take up a job. You have everything coming in your computer or mail or attachment. You will have to focus. So my feeling is, this moving from writing to the online, our students will have an edge. And they will be moving into a zone which they are going to face when they are going to take up a job. Because gone are the days where you write everything. Okay, that is the answer for that. That is the biggest advantage. There are a lot of other things. Because you have to do it fast. When you do practice, you have to do fast. So when you write online, you will be practicing. After examination, you will continue practicing. When you take up a job, you will be still doing that. You'll be better than a person who is seeing the computer for the first time. Meaning, if you are if you're opting for a written mode and taking up a job where there is only computer, you will be a misfit initially. That sort of time required for catching up will be reduced when it comes to an online examination, because examination is a life and death for you. So you will do all those things to keep you, in the past list of past students. Yeah, Shabir. I don't